welcome to the Pikeville City Commissioners Report. I'm Jill Fraley-Dotson, your host for today's show. Joining me, Pikeville City Commissioner Steve Hartsock. Good day.
Hello, Jill.
Always nice to get together and talk to our commissioners who help make the decision about what goes on in our city. So welcome. I'm glad that we are sitting down and going to have some time to chit-chat about some things going on downtown.
Happy to be here.
Let's talk first. We always take different subjects for all of our commissioners. So before we get into that, we're going to talk about downtown parking today. But first, just let's introduce you one more time to everybody. You're Steve Hartsock, and tell us how long you've been on the commission.
My name's Steve Hartsock. I've been on the commission going on 2 years now. So
yeah,
just happy to do it.
Flown by. No.
It has went fast.
I know you're really enjoying it, and you are downtown a lot and see a lot of issues that go on, especially with our downtown parking situation, and that's what we're going to discuss mostly today. With growth that we've seen in our community over the past several years, especially the last year it seems, our downtown parking situation has become a little bit of an issue because we are limited on parking spaces. So let's talk about the parking, and let's talk first about the downtown merchants and how they deal with it.
Well, Jill, you know, we've had this problem for quite a while in Pikeville, but like you say, with growth comes some problems with it. And one thing, we had a survey done recently with Menta, taking a survey, and the biggest concern in our downtown area is parking. So there's different ways we've looked at this, and we've talked to several merchants getting their ideas, and we've got plans in place, we believe. But what we want to do is we want the merchants really to take care of this problem, because we believe with a little cooperation, you know, with our attorneys' offices and just all the businesses downtown, if you just walk up your street and talk to an owner of a place, tell them your specific problems with employees, parking, I believe we can get this all worked out.
So let's talk about our current situation. We currently, everyone knows, we currently have time-limited parking, mostly 2 hours in any given space. A lot of times that may carry over. So what is the current situation that goes on downtown?
Well, you know, we do have 2-hour parking, but if employees are using the parking, you know, I understand everybody wants to park close to their business. But it's really hurting our merchants right now because they need the foot traffic. That if you get off in town to go to one store, if you're walking around town, you've got plenty of parking there in town, you'll stay longer, you'll shop longer, you'll go in and eat one of our restaurants. So that's what we're trying to accomplish.
So some other things that we're looking at is utilization of the parking structure, because it is an enormous, beautiful structure, and it has 700 spaces that are available in the parking garage, and typically the 2 top floors are vacant. So that would be a perfect opportunity for businesses and their employees to park there. So parking and walkability are the 2 primary issues. So what are we asking the merchants to do? What
we would like for everybody to do, our attorneys, our businesses, just to encourage your employees to utilize the parking garage, the river field, the boulevard, just anywhere to give, you know, customers a place to come. Because if you come to town and you need to see an attorney, you usually got an appointment, so you've got to park anywhere you can and be there. But our local merchants want the foot traffic to stay in town longer. So I believe if people would just utilize the garage and the river field, things would run a lot smoother.
Yeah, we have the river field certainly that has a large amount of spaces, easy access too as you're walking upstairs, or an incline there between the courthouse and the bank. And also, like you said, with the parking structure, with the spaces available there, there'd be a lot of people stay in their businesses all day and never leave because they're using downtown restaurants and downtown facilities for lunch and what have you. So it would be a neighborly thing to do, and that's what we're trying to get at.
That's what, you know, tickets and all, you know, sometimes you have to do that, but that's not something we strive to do, is give out parking tickets. When we know that they could take this upon themselves, if they need our help for anything, we're there, but we believe they could work this out better than we can.
Yeah, so we're asking people to use the parking structure, to use the downtown river field, and also we're asking for our citizens' help as well. We have a lot of visitors that come into our town that don't live here. So citizens and vendors and other people who have to pull up in front of businesses, we're just asking you to do that in a timely fashion. To picking up, dropping off, unloading, that sort of thing. So what would the city be doing? to help with this situation?
Well, the city, we've discussed a lot of different ways. There's technology out here that you can, with license plates, you can tell how long a person's been somewhere and all that, but we don't know if that's the answer to it. When the answer might be is just let them settle this, have meetings with them. If they want, we would come to their store and go to any of their neighbors in town and talk to them and just encourage people instead of making ordinances and laws. It would be a lot better.
I love the neighborly word.
Yeah.
The neighborly.
Yeah.
Just try to find a way to make it easier.
Yes, and I mean the businesses and we love our attorneys downtown.
Oh, yeah.
They've been there for years and they're all neighborly. I don't think sometimes we know what a big problem we've got now. And everybody just got used to this problem and they just deal with it. But this way, I believe we could correct it.
Certainly so. And as we continue to grow with the recent opening of Dueling Barrels,
Yes.
a lot of people have been coming into our community to visit the new distillery. And you see a lot of different license plates. And of course, as we've said, with growth, sometimes comes a little bit of issues, but we're working to get those issues resolved. And certainly the parking situation downtown has always been a topic. But doing everything that we can to fix that issue, absolutely. And again, like you said, if anybody has any comments, concerns, or suggestions maybe on how to fix it, they can contact any member of the commission.
Yes, I know last week I was with Minta, her breakfast that she had one morning. We had a lot of merchants there, and I had good discussions with them, and everybody's willing to help out. I think we just got to get them together.
So I know that we love to have a good time downtown and have wonderful events, and certainly the 4th of July was extremely well received. It was a beautiful day, hot, but
it's July.
It is July. So let's talk a little bit recap some of the things that happened on the 4th of July.
Oh, well, Jeff Branham and them, they played their music at the Expo Plaza. We had free hot dogs, had a hot dog eating contest, which I enjoyed.
Did you participate?
Well, I did not.
You did not participate?
I ate a couple, but not in the contest. So that was a very good day downtown.
It was. I know you had bouncy houses for the kids.
We did. The kids enjoyed that on Main Street. They enjoyed that tremendously.
And the VFW did a tremendous thing by giving away free food.
Oh, yes. I went over, I know a lot of them guys on there, and we talked, and they had a great time doing it. So they really did. They enjoyed it.
Gave away over 1,000 free hot dogs.
That's a lot of hot
That's a lot of hot dogs.
dogs.
That's a lot of hot dogs. And of course, that was sponsored by Waterworks. I know they did a great job with the hot dog eating contest, was sponsored by Waterworks. Randy always does a great job. And then, of course, we had the EKB slingshot down there.
That went over well.
That did.
Went over well.
Isn't it amazing how people get so excited about the slingshot?
Over a T-shirt, but they love doing it. They love trying to catch them.
The T-shirts, or the slingshot too, is coming back soon, later this month. So stay tuned for. I think it's going to be down in the Riverfield when we do some racing later on in the month.
Great.
Yeah, and then of course the fireworks. What a tremendous display!
Tremendous job on their fire department, all the personnel that put that on, and they work hard. It's just not going up there and shooting some fireworks. I mean, they're up there most of the day in the heat, preparing everything, ready to go, and they done a tremendous job with that. They
certainly
really
did. Takes a lot of skill and effort and being extremely careful. It's not an easy task, and there are several of those people that go up there and do what they do to make a great display of fireworks.
We honored them at the last city commission meeting we had for doing a great job, which they did.
And it's one of the best fireworks displays in the region, I think.
It is. And we're looking for next year. We're trying to find ways to make it, last longer, more fireworks, and whether it's more money or whatever, the different technologies, you can do them different ways. And I got a feeling next year is going to be even better than
Bigger and better.
Yes.
Most recently, a great day for the kids is the Kids Fun Day in the park. That was on Saturday the 14th. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, I attended that. I was down there Saturday, Jimmy Kenny and Hillbilly Christmas in July. It was a great day for all the kids, and I think one of their favorite things down there was the way Jimmy Kenny was at the Hillbilly Shire.
Yeah.
So I had to do that too. So it cooled me off quite well. So it was fun.
Saturday was a hot day too. But they had so many different things for the kids, and really it's raising money for their ride to Shriners Hospital. I know you've seen it for years and how involved they are and the tremendous amount of money they raise. Certainly something to be so prideful about that goes on in our community.
It's a great cause, and that's why so many people turn out. All these motorcycles, and everybody comes Saturday, and just had a great day from it. whether you was at the Harley shop up there and drove with them down here, or just hanging around. They had great music up there all day Saturday, then just went down here to the river field and just made a whole day of it.
Yeah, Brent Wagner was there.
Brent Wagner,
He was there, and the Main Street program did food and beverages to raise money. Ice cream, Gary Ellswick did burnouts, and of course, like you said, Midlife Crisis was there performing that night. So
and he can really do the burnouts.
He certainly can, absolutely. If you've never been to one of those,
yes,
I encourage anyone, especially take your kids. I mean, it's one of those things where if you're driving by and you don't know what's going on in the river field, you think something's on fire because there's so much smoke. But really, Jimmy Kinney and Hillbilly Christmas in July just do a tremendous job with raising money for Shriners Hospital. I can't remember the exact figure, but it's well into the thousands now. And
I heard a number today that I hope was correct.
Yeah.
It was quite a bit of money.
Well, I'll tell you, it is just something, like I said, to be so prideful about with our community and to see what effort they put forth. And the kids have a great time too. And just like Hillbilly Christmas in July and Hillbilly Days, it's all about the kids, and we love doing our part. Steve, there's a lot of things going on in the town. I know that you all stay really, really busy with the commission, hearing new ideas, looking forward to the next few months. Going to be really busy.
Oh, really busy. Well, this weekend coming up, I know Friday night we got Main Street Live coming up. We got the drag racing in the Riverfield Friday and Saturday night. So if you want something to do, Pikeville's the place to be this weekend. That's
right. There is never a lack of things to do in the city of Pikeville.
Just come out and enjoy it. You know, just take it for what it is and enjoy it. We'll try to make it bigger, but it's a great time.
That's exactly right. Steve, always a pleasure talking to you. It's always great to get updated on things that are going on in the city and be reminded of the wonderful things that have happened. I look forward to the next time we get to sit down and talk.
Be happy to be here.
Steve Hartsock, Pikeville City Commissioner, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jill.
This has been the Pikeville City Commissioner's Report. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello everyone, this is the Pikeville City Commissioner's Report. I'm Jill Fraley-Dotson, your host for today's show. City Commissioner Patrick McNamee joins me now to talk about a few things going on in our community. Of course, the commission stays very busy. You are no different. You keep a full-time job plus sit on the commission. I know that you have your hands in a lot of different projects as a commissioner, and we're excited to talk about a few of those. Patrick, let's talk first again. How long have you been a commissioner?
I'm in my second year.
And has it gone quickly?
It sure has. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun. Really, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I know that all of the commissioners find a different niche that they really involved with, and industrial development is one of your interest, of course, with what goes on, economic development, industrial development. So I want to talk to you today about the business development aspect of what the commission takes care of and update some of our viewers on projects going on at the Kentucky Enterprise Industrial Park. A large, massive piece of property. We know that all the property is just about spoken for. So let's talk first about Silverliner, one of the businesses going up there, certainly the one that's going to be done the quickest.
That's right. Silverliner was the first company to come to the city, and they got the first AML grant to build the city's building a spec building, and Silverliner is the first company that came, and they got that building. They're going to manufacture tanker trucks. They're going to hire probably 50 to 75 people right off the bat when they get started here in the later this winter. And then we hope that they'll have about 300 employees here in the next 4 or 5 years.
It's a large facility too, 60,000 square foot building.
It is. It's currently under construction. They have a lot of the structural steel's already up, a lot of the concrete work's done, so people should drive up there and take a look at it. It's pretty impressive. If
you've never been to the industrial park site, I do encourage everyone to go up there. A lot of people used it for walking and running before any place broke ground, and you can still do that. It's a lovely place to get up there and see what will develop into a large industrial park at some point. What are we looking at a time frame for Silverliner to be completed?
They're hoping to be in by November, 1st of November. The construction is in progress, and everything seems to be on point for that.
And they are currently hiring employees.
They are. There's a couple cohorts of welders that are being trained down at Hazard Community College and also at Big Sandy Community College, and they are graduating this week. They're graduating Wednesday and Thursday. So that'll be the first group of welders for aluminum welding. They'll be able to be hired after this week, and then I think there's another program starting in August.
Yeah, so we'll be up and running before we know it. That will be the first one open for business. Another business that will be located is App Harvest, and it's a high-tech greenhouse. So update us on exactly what App Harvest is.
App Harvest, like you said, is a high-tech greenhouse. They're going to be growing tomatoes. They were also one of the first companies to come to the city when we opened the park, and they've had to change plans a few times due to their building size. They've kind of downsized their building to a 9-acre building, and the city also has secured a $4 million AML grant that Congressman Hal Rogers has been instrumental in all these AML grants. But the city will build a pack house for that facility.
Okay. When you say they lowered their building size to 9 acres, still that is certainly not a small building by any stretch of the imagination.
I think the original plan was like a 30-acre building.
Yes, so. It was a large facility. Of course, 9 acres, like I said, is nothing to sneeze at. But they will be growing tomatoes.
That's right. And they're also going to be that's going to be their headquarters for the region. And then they're also partnered with UPike to have students and the university participate in their business.
Yeah, they're going to employ around 70 people when all is said and done, and certainly with their partnership with the University of Pikeville, I can see a lot of students up there who are interested in agriculture and that sort of thing to be there on a daily basis, finding out and learning everything they can about this type of high-tech greenhouse and the growing opportunities that they will have there. Inner Blue is the one that we've heard a lot about, $6 million AML grant for the assembly of the building that the city was awarded, and we hear a lot about Inner Blue. So let's talk about, again, what they do.
Inner Blue, they're going to manufacture high-tech batteries, new generation batteries that are used in industry, Defense Department, all types of different uses for that battery, and they're going to hire about 875 people with an average salary of around $80,000, which is a very large salary for this area. Again, the city has secured a $6 million AML grant for one of the buildings in their facilities. I don't know how many buildings they're going to have, but there's like 1 million square feet under roof when they're done. We're hoping to break ground here in the next few months on that. So it's in the works.
Yeah, it's a nearly $400 million investment with the city of Pikeville. So when you talk about 875 workers at least with an average salary of $80,000 or more, you have to feel like that those are going to be jobs that, when we've lost jobs with the coal industry, these will be ways for some of our laid off miners or people who were once in the mining industry to get back to work with something that is with their hands and something certainly that they would understand and feel comfortable doing.
That's right.
Downtown development, we will say that construction is expected to begin this fall on that facility. Downtown development is something that we cannot talk about enough. I know Steve Hartsock and I were talking about the parking situation downtown that has been forever an issue, but like I said before, with growth comes a few problems. You have people come in, they need a place to park, so that happens. But UPike, PMC, KICOM and KICO have brought an increased demand for apartments and townhomes and living facilities. So what is going on with the downtown development? I know I see a lot of different places popping up here and there.
Yeah, if you drive around just down the boulevard, you'll see two or three places that are under construction currently, some multi-unit townhouse type places, which local developers are see an opportunity here to provide some housing for our students and our new business people that are moving into town. The city actually just sold some property to another developer adjacent to our property that they plan on doing some multi-unit facilities on Julius Avenue, which would be very convenient for the university.
I know the city manager always updates us on and updates the commission regularly on calls he receives from developers and people that are interested in providing more opportunities. And there's a couple of companies he's working with now that are expressing an interest in apartments.
That's right, apartments with the retail on the first floor. I don't know a lot of details about that, but I would imagine it's similar to the complex out near Texas Roadhouse, the Pikeville Commons.
The Pikeville Commons.
Maybe, I don't know the scale, but I would imagine something similar.
Well, we've talked numerous times with City Manager Philip Ellswick about about people coming in and people needing a place, and certainly with Inner Blue and App Harvest and Silver Liner providing all those jobs, certainly there are going to be people moving into our area. We have, you know, the new Dueling Barrels business downtown that we're going to talk about shortly. We need places for people to live, and certainly it's a prime opportunity for people to really get their hands around the real estate aspect of what we have here. And, you know, a big trend right now is flipping houses and flipping apartments and things of that nature. So I imagine that will come into play at some point. Also, the Main Street program is working to develop 2nd Street and Division Street, our 2D district. And I know that is something the Commission is really excited about, because that's going to create some new opportunity and landscape for people to enjoy.
It really is. It's going to really be a nice area for the people of our area to come and enjoy the city. Minta Trimble, the director of Main Street, she's been involved in all that, and we've seen some initial layouts of that, and it's really going to be a nice area for the city.
It certainly is. Really excited about that. I saw some renderings of what it could look like, and that's going to be an exciting place and green space for people to enjoy. I mentioned Dueling Barrels just a moment ago, and it's been open about a month now for everybody to go and enjoy. I know you've been there. It's been a tremendous opportunity for our region to be put on the Bourbon Trail, to be the beginning, as they say, of the Bourbon Trail. Talk a little bit about, I know you were at the ribbon cutting and have seen things. Talk a little bit about what it means for Dueling Barrels to be open now.
It's really just a great opportunity for our city. Being on the Bourbon Trail, they estimate it could bring 70,000+ people to that facility each year, and that's just people that would normally not come to Pikeville.
Right.
And where it's at the end or the beginning, we're calling it the beginning.
Right.
A lot of people, we think it'll draw a lot of people. You know, we have a local person as a general manager, Mr. Branham. He's from this area. He's had a worldwide experience, and he brings a unique perspective to our area, back to our area. He's also been appointed to the tourism board, and we're really glad to have him and Dueling Barrels here.
Yeah, a quick note, Dueling Barrels opened at the same time as another Alltech brewery distillery in Ireland, and Dueling Barrels, I'm happy to say, has drawn twice as many visitors per week as the Irish distillery, and Dueling Barrels visitors spend twice as much money as the visitors in the Irish distillery. So it's just a testament to, number one, the product that they have there. But if you haven't been in and heard one of the storytellers tell the story of Dueling Barrels and why it's called what it is, and walk through the laboratory and the facility there, it's really something that everybody needs to see. And they have big plans too. They have plans for the eatery coming soon in the fall, and a place where you can have lunch and dinner. So expect to see many more things come from Dueling Barrels. And of course, they're open every day, and you can just stop by there every hour on the hour and take a tour. Some upcoming events. Let's talk about that quickly before we run out of time. East Kentucky Expo Center events. What's going on there? We've
got the WWE coming back. They've been here multiple times over the last few years. One of my younger sons, they enjoy going. They put on a good show. Everybody likes to come to that. And we also have Comic-Con coming on August 25th. I'm not really familiar with that, but that's a big thing.
It'll be a big event,
I read about it.
So
yeah, that'll be a big event. Then we also have Muscle Maine, July the 20th and 21st, which is this weekend.
Yeah.
And that's always draws a big crowd.
Farmers Market is open too and is drawing huge crowds. I know they have Christmas in July coming up this weekend.
Yeah, Farmers Market's a great place. It's close to my neighborhood. We'll go down and get some local produce for dinner in the evenings. It's an awesome place for anybody in the area to come and get some homegrown food. Yeah,
organic fruits and vegetables, and I know this weekend and the following weekend it's going to be a big time for farmers to bring in their organically grown produce. The green beans are in, the tomatoes are in, and I hear corn is in now, so everybody's really been ready for the corn to come in and get those fresh fruits and vegetables. Jenny Wiley Theater, I tell you, it is one of my favorite things that we offer in the city. I know your kids are very involved, and they have some things coming up too.
They do. They've got the $1 Million Quartet. I don't have a date for that yet, but that'll be soon. Frankenstein will be in October, around Halloween. We also have a Christmas Carol around November 30th. And there's also some youth programs going on currently.
Yeah, I think Peter Pan is this week.
Peter Pan, I think there's one called Bugsy Malone, if I'm not mistaken, over the next month.
And I encourage everyone, if you've not been to any of their productions at Jenny Wiley Theater, be it in Prestonsburg or certainly downtown, it is one of the the best things that you can do. I mean, it's the enormous amount of talent that we have in our region just blows my mind every single time I go see a performance there. So really get out, take your family, take your kids. There's always something going on for the little ones too. I know my little girl's 3.5 years old and she loves to go see the shows, especially when the kids are involved. Last thing I do want to mention is Main Street Live, going strong. It's one of our best events in the summer, first and third Fridays.
Looks like we have 3 events left. That is a great event every couple of weeks, different types of music each week.
Yeah.
And it draws a big crowd, and it's something everyone should take an opportunity to go.
And if it rains, we move it inside the
That's
expo,
right.
so there's no problem with the rain.
And air conditioned.
And it's air conditioned, you're right, absolutely. In these days, in the dog days of summer, we definitely need that. Pat, it's always such a good time to sit down and talk to you about things that the Commission is doing and projects that are going on, and certainly projects we can look forward to. I know that you will continue to update us on the business development that goes on within our town when we have our visits. So thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
Patrick McNamee, City Commissioner for the City of Pikeville. This has been the City Commissioner's Report. We thank you so much for joining us.